So I'm already uncomfortable thinking about what I'm about to share with you in this video. I'm going to talk about some things that I've overcome or was able to quit that I am not proud that I ever did, but I feel like it's important if I can share something that I struggled with or I did or I didn't do or I was able to overcome. I feel like it's probably beneficial, and that's the reason why I do these videos in the first place. So first thing I just want you to know is I think you're amazing, and if you're somebody that is struggling with any of the things that I'm going to share with you or struggling with your own addiction or problem, I just want you to know that I'm so proud of you for even thinking about addressing it. I'm also just thankful that you're my friend. I love you. I think you're amazing. And if you had a thumbs up button, I would be dropping it like crazy right now for you. You're awesome. Something that wasn't awesome, and number one, is my addiction to nicotine. I had a 2-can a day dipping habit. Started when I was 18. It went until, I don't know, probably like 15 years ago. So it was until I was like 30. I did it for 12 or 13 years, 2 cans a day. The amount of nicotine I was consuming on a daily basis was the equivalent to 6 packs of cigarettes. That was the habit that I had, because in each can of tobacco, there's the equivalent of 3 packs of cigarettes. 2 cans a day I was doing. I didn't think I would ever be able to quit chewing tobacco, but it was January 2nd, and I decided, you know what? I don't want to be that statistic of somebody that gets mouth cancer. I don't want to be that person that knew better, and I was just unwilling to do the deep work and the hard work that it was going to require for me to actually quit and stop. I also honestly didn't want to call my mom and tell her I had mouth cancer. And so I did what I had to do. I started with the patches, but they really didn't do all that much, and I did them for a week, and then I basically just went cold turkey. I also quit drinking simultaneously. I didn't think I had a drinking problem, but I definitely had a problem with alcohol. But because alcohol was such a trigger, I quit drinking in an attempt to quit tobacco. To this day, quitting tobacco is the thing that I am the most proud of myself for being able to do, because I truly didn't think I'd ever be able to do it. I'm also proud of myself that I was able to quit drinking, or I should say quit abusing alcohol. I still drink at this point in my life, but it's managed. It's also responsibly. I did not have a good relationship with alcohol. I was using it to self-medicate. I was using it to overcome, or I should say it never actually helped me overcome anything. It made everything worse, but I was using it to try to basically numb and dull some of the pain that I was feeling from things that I wasn't able to overcome or I wasn't ready to face, which is the third thing that I'm happy I gave up, and that is not being able to look at myself in the mirror and deal with the shit that I needed to deal with in order to truly be happy. I'm not going to go into the whole process, but I was able to finally forgive other people for not being perfect, including my mother, including some friends, including some ex-girlfriends, and most importantly, myself. Something else that I quit was basically taking advice from people whose lives I didn't want. Think about that for a second. How many of you take advice from people that you don't want to be where they are? It's like asking a fat trainer how to get ripped. Like, you would never do that. And so for me, I was looking for advice from all these people that I didn't actually respect. I didn't want their life. And so I started to look for better friends. I started to look for better mentors. I really started to look inside. And that was something that was incredibly freeing and liberating. The other thing that was liberating, I was able to quit being a people pleaser. From the age of like 0, I know that I was a people pleaser because I just wanted people to like me. I also just wanted people to get along because I came from a broken home. I had 2 abusive stepfathers. And one of the things that I did as a defense mechanism was shut my mouth. But I chose to overcome it. I chose to stop basically shutting up. I stood up for myself. I learned to say no because I realized that at some point in my life, if I don't, I will never truly be the man that I want to become, or the man that I deserve to be. The next thing that I was able to quit was not being myself and living a lie, honestly. For a long time, I thought I needed to be a certain way. I needed to look or act a certain way in order to be liked, in order to be respected. But when I finally just dropped the shit and was vulnerable and let people in to who I was, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that's when everything got better. My relationships got deeper. I respected myself more, and I started to make better decisions. Another decision and something I had to quit was allowing my girlfriend to basically cheat on me. And this one is never easy for me to admit. And the reason is because, it's really uncomfortable to admit that you allowed somebody to treat you so poorly and you were somebody's bitch, honestly. And because I wasn't confident enough in who I was, I allowed her to basically cheat on me multiple times. I found out about it, and because my self-esteem wasn't high enough, and I was desperate for love, and I was desperate for affection, and I was desperate to not be alone, I allowed it to happen. I got over it. The next thing that I was able to quit, which I'm not proud, actually I am proud of it. I'm proud of myself for being able to stop watching porn. And this is something that has a very negative effect on a lot of people. Now, I'm not here today to debate the pros and cons of it. That's not my intention. I just want you to know that for me, when I was able to quit, it was amazing what happened. I felt better. My self-esteem went through the roof. I had better relations with my wife. The next bad habit that I was able to quit was worrying about things that I can't control or change. And this one was a big one for me because I'd spend a lot of time and energy and just like worrying and occupying a lot of like mental bandwidth about shit that I can't change, I can't control. And I stopped worrying about it. Can I control it? No. Then why am I worrying about it? I can't. I need to focus on me, my family, and the things that I can actually control. Something else that honestly I was able to quit that I wish I quit sooner was comparing myself to other people. This one I still struggle with though, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's easy with social media to not compare yourself to what other people have, right? I've gotten a lot better at it, but part of the reason why I've gotten better is because I've gotten more comfortable in who I am as a man and who I am and who I'm not. And that's one of the other things that I realized. Money doesn't solve all your problems. It also doesn't make you happy. And this was something that I think a lot of people have a misconception about. $5,000. When I had $5,000 in the bank for the first time, it was like everything in my life got better. It was like for the first time, I didn't worry about money at the end of the day. I wasn't worried about how I was going to put gas in my car because up until this point, it was hustle to hustle. Every single day I was thinking and worrying about money. And I realized that once I had $5,000 in the bank, it wasn't that I could never work again or anything like that, but I didn't think about it. When I didn't think about it, I wasn't using my brain power for this one thing. I was able to use it more creatively. I was able to use it to actually grow in so many other ways. But when you worry and you think about money all the time, it is a burden and it is not a place to live. You've got to figure out what that number is and you've got to realize and figure out a way in order to get there sooner rather than later. Because what money is to me now, it's about freedom and it's about not having to worry about money. Gentlemen, I just wanted to share some of the things that I've struggled with over the years. One of the beautiful things about getting older is you gain perspective and you gain insights, but it also allows you to look back at some of the mistakes that you've made and wish you could have changed it sooner. You can't. You can only look forward. And so I just wanted to share in order to help you kind of, maybe realize some of the things that you might be doing wrong or some of the mistakes that you might be making or some of the areas in your life that you want to improve. We all struggle with addiction. We all struggle with bad behavior. We all struggle with bad habits. But when you take control and decide, I want to be happy, I want to be healthy, I want to live my best life, you've got to set some of them down. You got to figure out a way. Today, I just wanted to share some of the ones that I had to set down because I can promise you this. Every time I set one of these down, my life exponentially got better, and so will yours. I love you, I'm proud of you, and I just think you're amazing. If nobody told you that today, I wanted to be the first because seriously, more people should tell you how incredible you are.